Welcome to the video of Module 2, Digital Culture Content. In the module, you will be introduced to digital culture. You will learn how it relates to digital transformation and the Web 3.0 and how you can successfully participate in it by developing media literacy skills. This video will give you an introduction by briefly explaining digital culture, digital transformation, access and participation, and media literacy. Gerd Hofstede defines culture as a system of collectively held values. According to him, culture gives us a sense of group belonging and it helps us find our place in society. Lustig and Köster state that culture is a learned set of shared interpretations about beliefs, values, norms, and social practices which affect behaviors of a relatively large group of people. This points to a two-part interpretation that is often depicted as an iceberg. On the top of the culture iceberg are the behaviors of a group of people that are visible expressions of their culture. This is the what people do as a result of their culture. Below the surface is the invisible why of the iceberg, why people of a culture behave the way they do. Here are the attitudes, values, and beliefs that guide their behavior. Digital culture is culture that is expressed and transmitted online. Beliefs, values, and norms are passed on and expressed through new media. The birth of digital culture is often said to be in the 1990s when the World Wide Web was introduced. Digital culture is shaped by three main features that differentiate it from other forms of culture. Participation. People can not only access, but also shape and create content and information in digital spaces. Additionally, the number of people we can interact and collaborate with is drastically increased online as opposed to offline. Individualism. In the online world, our individual selves hold extreme weight and significance. And finally, globalization. Digital technology has made all human interactions more connected all over the world. It is open to debate whether the cultures we had before online technology are now simply lived out in new ways, which is what evolutionary theories state, or if our use of technology has produced entirely new forms of culture, which is what disruptive theories claim. Both ideas are defensible. Generally, our cultural roots stay valid in digital spaces, but we now also rely on completely new features of technology that shape our culture. We communicate with our friends online, we work, learn, and gain professional degrees from our laptops at home, and we transfer money, order pizza, and organize appointments with smartphone apps. But with how fast the online world is evolving, what will the future of digital culture look like? There are three interlocked theories to make predictions on this. Nigel Trift posits that with the increasing spread of AI, an overload of big data will be produced and utilized to analyze and steer people's behavior. Extensive data collection by intelligent algorithms is already a reality that results in targeted ads and very dangerous attempts at manipulation, like in the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Anthony Giddens states that globalization and digital technologies will completely change the way that people perceive themselves and their identity. Already, digital natives feel less and less that there is a separation between their digital and their physical selves. Finally, Zygmunt Bauman thinks that we are stepping into a liquid modernity in which constant change is the only thing that we can be certain of. Digital trends keep emerging, developing, and vanishing. In this context, culture will become highly diversified and no longer has time to crystallize. Social bonds, too, will keep transforming. People that live in close physical proximity will increasingly be participants of multiple different cultures because they form connections with groups and people from all over the world. With digital culture emerging and becoming part of our lives, the pressure for companies and businesses to join the online world and to make use of new technology is high. New tools offer great opportunities to expand businesses, increase revenue, and stay relevant to consumers in the long term. As a result, internal operations, but also the services and products of various sectors like entertainment, banking, education, or healthcare are more and more becoming digital. Overall, the digital transformation of a company or organization can mainly affect four areas: its business process, its business model, its domain, and its culture. When transforming business processes, mainly internal operations are redefined with technology, like internal communication, storage and processing of files, accounting, planning, and more. In a company's business model, new digital ways of developing products and generating revenue can be explored. This, for example, includes increasing revenue by offering online versions of traditional products or selling through online stores. A company's domain means its field of operations. Through digital transformation, businesses can branch out into new domains like e-commerce, e-banking, streaming, and more, which can often be combined with their original domains. The transformation of culture concerns the encouragement of collaborative work, lifelong professional development, creativity, and risk-taking among staff. Companies are usually most successful when they not only change their processes and offers, but also transform their internal culture. This means properly preparing employees for work in the digital world, but also considering the needs of customers. Participatory culture, in which internet users are the main creators and spreaders of online content, is an important aspect of digital culture. It is bound to become even more relevant in the near future with further technology advancements and greater access to the internet. Henry Jenkins claims that participatory culture is shaped by low barriers to artistic expression and civic engagement, strong support for sharing one's content, and mentoring that takes place among members. Participants of such culture feel that their contribution is significant and that they are connected with one another through the internet. But digital and participatory culture have also produced some worrisome developments. The spread of user-generated hate speech and fake news have led to increasing polarization. Long-standing psychological research has made it easier and easier to attract our attention, to get us to react strongly to a message, to click and believe what we see. Because citizens of all ages are more and more receiving their daily information through social media feeds, they are constant targets of manipulative, false, and contradictory information. This makes it easy for us to get confused about which messages to trust or not. Many people are starting to fall for misinformation and to distrust authorities, news outlets, and researchers. As a consequence, it is becoming harder to find the public consensus and middle ground that our democracies rely on. To become informed, active, and most of all, critical citizens, we need to understand how to verify information, how to spot manipulative techniques, how to produce factual and high-quality content, how to navigate difficult emotions, and how to foster productive discussions instead of hateful conflicts. All of these abilities are part of media literacy. As a whole, media literacy paves the way for responsible digital participation. The big question is, how do we become media literate? At the heart of acting media literate are critical thinking and the deliberate use of media. We need to become aware of the goals we pursue with our media use, but also of the messages we are receiving and conveying, and how they impact ourselves and others. This allows us to align our actions in the digital space with our values, beliefs, and goals. One strategy to become media literate is to build up one's digital resilience. Digital resilience is defined as knowing when you might be at risk online, knowing what to do when something goes wrong, learning from your experiences, and being able to recover from difficulties or upsets. With regard to emotional management, digital well-being is an important aspect to consider and to work on. With the highly emotionalizing nature of clickbaity messages, negative emotions like stress, exhaustion, sadness, or anger can easily start to build up. A first step to counter this is to reflect on your media use. Are apps, games, or social media keeping you engaged with notifications? Are you finding it difficult to limit the time you spend online? Does the way you use online media make you feel unbalanced or unhealthy? Once you have asked these questions and have become aware of negative developments, you can start establishing good habits around screen time that are in line with your plans and your needs. This video has given you an overview of Module 2, Digital Culture Content. In the module, you will find in-depth information about all the topics that we outlined here, and on some more themes like misinformation and digital footprints. We hope you enjoy it and see you back for the next one.